projects, the board asked for additional information on potential costs on the renovation of Hadley House and a modification of VHS South. Both will continue to be used by District 7, but the capacity of how they are used long-term is still being discussed. More information on facility projects and the transportation and start times work will be available in upcoming meetings. The next District 7 discussion group will be held on Friday, January the 31st. That's this Friday at 7 a.m. Since September, we've hosted monthly small group discussions of 4 to 6 people to gather feedback on District 7 initiatives, such as school start times, and answer questions that might exist within the community. If you'd like to reserve a spot for this week's discussion group, please contact Carrie Francis at 618-656-1182, or if you'd like to make a reservation for upcoming discussion groups. I believe the one after this one is on Friday, February the 21st, if I'm not mistaken, in the afternoon. I'm also excited to announce a new partnership today between District 7 and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Raising Cane's will be sponsoring a number of District 7 events through their Cane's Challenges and Buy One Get One Free events, as well as providing District 7 with a generous donation. We're excited to have a new partner with Raising Cane's and appreciate our existing partnerships that they're joining with First Community Credit Union and UC Bank. If your business would like to partner with District 7, please contact Mary Ann Mitchell, Coordinator of Public Relations and Communications. And Raising Cane's is sponsoring the District 7 Students of the Month, and we'll be recognizing the athletes that we're recognizing tonight too, so they'll be involved in that, so we appreciate Raising Cane's joining in. District 7 will be holding a kindergarten kickoff on Wednesday, February the 5th, 2025 at each of its 6 primary schools, including Glen Carbon, Goshen, Hamel, LeClaire, Midway, and Nelson Elementaries. The event will begin at 6 p.m. at each site with the exception of Hamel, which will begin at 7:15 p.m. During the event, parents will learn about kindergarten in District 7, tour the building, and pre-register for the 2025-2026 school year. Students are welcome to join their parents. Any family that's unsure of which building their future kindergartner will be attending should reach out to the District 7 Central Office. The number again, 618-656-1182, and they will be able to provide you with assistance. Students do have to be 5 years old on or before September 1st, 2025 to register for kindergarten for the 25-26 school year. Tonight, we're also excited to welcome members of Troop 31 who are attending this evening's board meeting as part of earning their citizenship badge. It was quite a view to see them come walking in. There's quite a number of them, so thank you for being here this evening. Finally, this evening, we have an opportunity to recognize one of our employees in our monthly How Can We recognition. So every month, we have employees that are nominated by others for going above and beyond in their roles, and our district leadership team picks out no more than 5 nominees each month. Usually, Dr. Duncan and I go around the district on a day towards the end of the month to identify those people, get a picture, hand out the recognition. But this individual is literally a really hard person to find in our district because this individual is all over the place. As part of the How Can We recognition, we've also partnered with our friends at Scooters Coffee so that each individual recognized gets a coupon for a free coffee every day in the next month. So this individual will get a free coffee every day in the month of February. The individual we'd like to recognize this evening is Gene Bertzel. He didn't know this was happening, by the way. So first, let me tell you a little bit about what Gene does. Gene does everything with technology. So if there's anything with technology, cybersecurity, networking, he does all those things and does a lot for our district. He's at every board meeting. He's the first one to arrive, the last one to leave. We have a really great example of a way that Gene goes above and beyond. So back in early January, we were preparing for e-learning, and we have a couple principals that don't live in the Edwardsville area. As you know, the roads were getting pretty dicey pretty quickly. And so rather than have those individuals drive in so that they could forward the school phones to their district cell phones, because all the principals did that, Gene volunteered to get out in the mix of everything on Sunday, go to the buildings to forward those phone lines to those principals' work phones, and so that way they didn't have to drive from a further way out. So that's just one really small example of the way that Gene goes above and beyond to help support District 7. So we want to thank Gene, and we're going to go ahead and give him his certificate, and just like we normally do, and take a picture with him. Give him a round of applause, please. It's always more fun to do that in front of an audience, especially if it's a second grade class or like the whole Commons at Liberty. So we try to at least make sure there's an audience who can help us celebrate our employees that go above and beyond. So thanks again to Jean, and that's all I have for this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. At this time, Josie Proctor, will you please provide the junior student representative report? Sorry,
Okay.
I'm just reading the lines. I am so sorry. At this time, Amelia Gerardo, please provide the senior student representative report.
Sure, thank you. So January is recognized as National Blood Donor Awareness Month, which is why we're all wearing red tonight. So this month is dedicated to raising awareness about the importance of blood and platelet donations, especially during the winter when blood supply is often dropped due to seasonal illness, inclement weather, and holiday distractions. So ways to show your support include donating, volunteering, or spreading awareness. For the second year in a row, the EHS Ethics Bowl team claimed victory at the SIUE Regional. In all, Edwardsville Final, our Tigers proved unstoppable and advanced to the division playoffs on Tuesday, February 11th. Way to go. A big congratulations to our varsity cheer team for placing first and our JV team for taking second at the Edwardsville ICCA invite this past weekend. Incredible performances all around. EHS Orchestra hosted a Dine to Donate at Canes. The EHS Interact Club teamed up with the Edwardsville Rotary Club for their annual citrus sale, learning about fundraising while sorting out and organizing orders. Proceeds from this initiative will benefit community projects throughout the year. Bringing books to life. Members of the EHS National English Honor Society visited Woodland Elementary to lead a book club featuring The Mouse and the Motorcycle by Beverly Clearly. High school students hosted group discussions, fun activities, and snacks, of course. Way to inspire the next generation of our readers. EHS students participated in an inaugural Southwestern Conference High School Sports Medicine Showcase. Congratulations to Lucy McRae for placing third in the written exam. Students also honed skills in taping, splinting, and anatomy during this exciting event. A huge congratulations to the EHS dance team for qualifying for the IHSA state tournament. The Unified Dance Team will also be joining them at state this weekend. What an amazing accomplishment. Shout out to the boys basketball team for their win over Gateway Tech, and a very special thank you to the Little Tigers for showing up and bringing incredible energy. We loved seeing them cheer and stick around for the post-game talk. The SWC Cheerleading Championship kicked off yesterday. Amazing job, ladies. And finally, congratulations to all the first semester honor roll students. Go Tigers, it's amazing to see how much talent we have and that the cold weather doesn't stop us.
Thank you very much. And at this time, we can give a At this time, does any board member have a report to share?
I have the IASB report. It's pretty short. The Illinois Association of School Board division meetings are fast approaching for spring of 2025. Our division meeting for our region is March 12th from 6 to 8 at elementary school in Troy, Illinois. And if any member would like to attend, let Carrie know and she can set that up for you.
Okay. Any other reports from board members? We will move on to our recognition of special guests, students who have excelled and providing the opportunity for visitors to address the school board. Following this section, we will take a short recess to allow any individual who wishes to leave to do so prior to the remainder of the meeting. And our first recognition goes to the Edwardsville Post 199, and we would like to welcome Ron Swain and his group to come to the front of the building or front of the room and share your thoughts.
Thank you, everybody.
Just a second. We should have a microphone. There we go.
I'm not loud enough.
Yeah. In order for the people on the video to see or to hear you very well, it's nice to have the microphone.
Thank you for having us. And I have with me tonight our commander, Doug Thompson, and our foundation president, Matt Gazitis, and I will turn it over to our commander.
Good evening, everyone. We're here to present a check to the school board. Dr. Shelders, please come up. So on behalf of the, on behalf of the American Legion family, we're donating $1,100 to the school district for for children in need, and you can use it as you see fit. Just real quick also, we have a thing called Boy State coming up here in June. Basically, it's a best civics class. They're forming a new state, and I can tell you that it's free, and there's scholarship money. By the way, I have a lot of scholarship money out there, so any questions come up with that, we'll leave some literature, and there's some scholarships you can win with that. So the superintendent himself is a graduate of that program, state of Indiana, so I think it works pretty well. That's all I have. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much for your donation to the district. At this time, I would like to introduce Laura Rogers, principal of Glen Carbon Elementary, and Alex Fox, interim principal of Edwardsville High School, who will recognize their students of the month for the month of December.
Thank you. Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Shelton, all of our guests. I agree, it's nice to see a full house tonight. I have the privilege of introducing one of our students of the month for the Riverbender. We are very proud of one of our second graders. This particular second grader has a maturity level that's definitely not typical of second grade students. Her compassion for others and ability to empathize is by far a gift. Her initial recognition for this award came about because we were told that she was leaving notes on her classmates' desks on days when they were absent. So that way, upon returning to school, they had a nice little friendly note left for them. This is just one example, though, of the different ways that she shows her kindness and caring across Glen Carbon Elementary School. Outside of this, her academics are also amazing. She's constantly volunteering in class. She takes great pride in her work, and we couldn't be more proud to present this award to Sydney Strauss, our second grader.
As Ms. Rogers said, thank you to the board and the community for all your support of these programs. I have the pleasure to introduce a young man who came to us this year as a new student. And typically, I shouldn't say typically, but sometimes new students have a tough time adjusting to the high school, especially when they come in as a senior and may not know people. But this young man definitely bucked that trend. He came in and just immediately jumped into the Tiger family in regards to clubs and athletics and all types of things. And I think the thing that makes him special is that he's always smiling, he's always positive. And he went through a situation, if I may share, am I okay sharing these stories sincere? He went through a situation after a football game where he was headed home, and there was a storm that evening, and a tree limb, for whatever reason, fell directly on him, and he was found just in time. And he was hospitalized for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, as a result of those injuries, and he came back to school smiling. He's just a young man. I think that personifies exactly what we want in our EHS students, and I'm proud to introduce him. Sincere Ruffin, come on up, please.
One last group to recognize. I would like to welcome Michael Corey, principal of Lincoln Middle School, to introduce the Lincoln Middle School 8th grade girls basketball team and recognize their outstanding accomplishments.
I'll quickly shift over to our athletic director.
Okay.
Hello. Good evening. I'm Hillary Duncan. I'm an assistant principal and athletic director at Lincoln Middle School. I just want to say thank you so much to the board for having us and to Dr. Shelton. Thank you to Coach Gieseking and Coach Packett for their leadership and encouragement. Your dedication to these athletes has truly made a difference. I'm excited to stand here before all of you and recognize this outstanding group of athletes who have demonstrated remarkable skill, dedication, and teamwork. These young women have shown the true spirit of sportsmanship and perseverance throughout their season. Tonight, we would like to recognize the 8th grade girls basketball team who finished in 2nd place at the IESA State Championship on December 19th. This accomplishment is a testament of their hard work, focus, and determination both on and off the court. Their commitment and passion have made us all proud, and they have set a great example for others to follow. They show us daily what it means to build your legacy at Lincoln Middle School. I'll go ahead and pass the mic on to Coach Gieseking, who will be introducing the girls.
Hello, good evening, Dr. Shelton and the Board of Education. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to speak tonight about these amazing ladies. I'm Amber Gieseking. I'm the Lincoln Girls 8th grade girls head coach, and Ryan Packett is our 7th grade coach. We work very closely together. I also am a teacher here at Liberty, and Packett works at Lincoln as an instructional assistant. So it's an honor to stand before you today to recognize the incredible achievements of our basketball team. As you know, they finished in 2nd place at state, losing by 3 points in a hard-fought battle. While the outcome wasn't what we dreamed of, the journey to get here was nothing short of extraordinary. Throughout the season, we focused on one core message: pressure is a privilege. Our team understood that the pressure of being in the spotlight, playing the tough teams, being in close game situations, or being held to high standards was something to embrace, not fear. They showed that pressure doesn't break us, it brings out the best in us. And it was in those intense moments, especially at the state tournament, that our girls truly shined. Each player brought something unique to the table, whether it was leadership, hustle, determination, or relentless commitment to improving. And when we hit tough moments, like losing close games, dealing with foul calls, or maybe some unwarranted coaching technicalities, they didn't back down. Instead, they leaned into the pressure. So, I don't know if you know this, but 2004 was the first year in Edwardsville that the district split into 2 middle schools, and we served 2 buildings. That year is the last year Lincoln Middle School sent an 8th grade girls basketball team to state. Until now. 20 years later, this is the first time Lincoln Middle School has brought home an 8th grade state trophy. So none of this would have been possible without the unwavering love and support of our parents and families, the encouragement of our school, especially our admin team, Michael, Hillary, and Jamie, and the support of you, the board, for student athletes. So we appreciate you and we thank you. I'd like to take a moment to introduce each of these remarkable athletes, each of whom have contributed to this success in their own way. So I'll just go in order of how they're standing.
No, bring them down, because we'll
All
need
of
to
them?
take a picture. Bring them
Okay.
all down, please.
All right, Laren, she was our manager. She played with us 6th and 7th grade and decided 8th grade she was gonna just be the boss. This is Elle Willenborg, Layla Roundtree, Zoe Greenwood, Madison Alexander, Journey Anderson, Alexis White, Morgan Sampson, and Casey Flannery. We have 3 girls missing just due to other conflicts, scheduling conflicts, and that's Packett. So these ladies have made history, and they've created a legacy of excellence that will inspire the future generations. We hold our heads high and carry the memories of this unforgettable season with us into the future. I'm so proud of all of them, and I can't wait to see what they achieve next.
And we will move on to the opportunity for visitors to address the board. At this time, the board has set aside time for anyone who would like to address the board, and we had one that signed up early. Diana Sussman, would you like to take a seat at the table, please? And you are welcome to address the board.
Sure. I'm Diana Brawley-Sussman. I'm the director of the Edwardsville Public Library, and I'm just here to thank you tonight for signing our revised intergovernmental agreement and your help with that, and the help of your staff with executing that as well. To give you some harrowing statistics, or not, I guess opposite of harrowing, putting 500 books into a young child's home has the same impact on educational success as having 2 parents with master's degrees. That is according to a 20-year, 27-nation study by MDR Evans and others, and it holds true in rich and poor countries and rich and poor families. Of course, you don't have to buy 500 books. You can get them from the library. Reading increases empathy and academic success. 4th grade reading scores, as you know, are the greatest predictor of lifetime income, how healthy you'll be, whether or not you'll go to jail, and how long you'll live. Nothing could be more important than developing a lifelong love of reading and comfort with reading. And while we cannot replace school libraries, the Edwardsville Public Library is grateful for the opportunity to provide and promote public library service to all District 7 students. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And what she's referencing, we will have as an action item later on in the evening. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board at this time? Yes, come on up. And I apologize, I didn't go through the spiel that you have a total of 3 minutes. There is a timer going on, and your comments, if they involve any students or district personnel, please refrain from disclosing the names.
Hello. I just wanted to speak today because it is the National Holocaust Remembrance Day today, and it's a solemn day. We mourn the loss of 6 million Jewish people, Roma, political dissidents, and countless other people belonging to minority groups. And this mainly was caused because of the othering that happens in societies. And I see that happening a lot now, and I would just like to remind everyone we're in this all together. And this is what happens when you other groups of people. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public body would like to speak to the board? Okay, we'll take a short break, and if you would like to, you are welcome to stay, or if you would like to leave, you are welcome to do that as well. So. Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as recommended this evening.
So move. Second.
And any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brumback.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Fund.
Yes.
Sanderson.
Yes.
Patey.
Yes.
Ahart.
Yes.
Burles.
Yes. And we will go on to our board committees and special committees. And Dr. Shelton, will you give a report for the steering committee?
Absolutely. The steering committee met earlier this month. They reviewed the final draft of the dashboard and gave some feedback on the data points that we used in the final dashboard that you can see on the website tonight. And then they also reviewed the initial presentation on transportation and school start times and asked some really good questions, and they'll be involved with that at our next meeting as well.
Okay, thank you. And Terry Delariva, Finance Committee Chairperson, will you provide your report?
Yes, the Finance Committee met on January 17th, 2025 to review, we're actually going to start to review the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget schedule, and then we're going to go over the process of that as well over the next several meetings. And we will be discussing the following areas: revenue, curriculum, special education, transportation, personnel and facilities. And as with every Finance Committee meeting, all of those documents are also available on the website.
Okay, thank you. And Jennifer Brumback, Policy Committee Chairperson, will you provide your report?
Certainly. The policy committee met at 6:30 this evening. Very quickly, we went through our second read of 10 policies that were explained in more detail on December 16th and then approved through the consent agenda just a minute ago. But we did take a look at some new policies that are on the first read for a 30-day review. The first was Policy 2105, Ethics and Gift Ban. It just included a little bit of a clarification on what kind of business is district business that needed to take place. Policy 2120, Board Member Development. It actually added professional development to the board members so that we could help improve student outcomes, but also PD surrounding student behavior and trauma responsiveness. Policy 660, curriculum content. Policy 660, if you're not aware, always changes. And so this year, they're adding that students need to learn more about worker safety and work zones. That instead of the terminology sound, mind, and healthy body, that's been replaced by personal health habits. There's also verbiage in here to be very specific about career exploration being part of the curriculum that goes into students' daily life, and then college and career pathway endorsement. Also, it went on to change a little bit of language with environmental education and it being inclusive of conservation of resources and instruction on climate change. In Policy 6135, Accelerated Placement Program, it just adds that there needs to be written notification when a student is eligible and when a decision is made on their participation in the Advanced Placement Program. Also, there can be waivers of graduation requirements if mastery is demonstrated for students, and the example that was given is, for instance, foreign language there. Policy 6270, Guidance and Counseling Programming. It's just a language change from guidance specialist to school counselor. Other than that, all things are the same. Policy 710, Equal Education Opportunities, includes 3 additional protective classes that include military status, anyone that has had a unfavorable military discharge, or reproductive health decisions. Those are the 3 different classes that they've included. And they also replaced the term nationality with national origin. In Policy 7100, Health, Eye, and Dental Examinations, Immunizations, and Exclusion of Students. It no longer is offering information on meningococcal disease or vaccinations, not requiring districts to do that. Policy 7160, under student appearance, is just protecting hairstyles related to those that I just listed out of Policy 710 of those added protective classes. Policy 7180, prevention. of in response to bullying, intimidation, and harassment. It's just a rephrasing of language. Instead of sexual harassment, it's sex discrimination. 7200 suspension procedures. The policy as it was written before had details of what needed to happen documentation-wise for students that were suspended 5+ days. That is now changed to 4+ days. And those were it on the first reads, and then 2 policies were brought to us for quick action. We'll be voting on these later this evening. Policy 538 is a telework policy, and it's just providing, this is a new policy, it's providing opportunity for folks to telework, specifically business operations side of the house. If somebody needs to be out for rehabilitation of surgery, they can still work from home, but this also gives us some leeway when it comes to e-learning days as well. And then finally, policy 2265, that's the Title IX grievance procedures. If you're not aware, Title IX has been reverted back to 2020 guidelines as part of a court decision out of Kentucky. There will be future policy changes that are with respect to this, but those 2024 policy changes are now reverting back to the 2020. But that is all.
Thank you very much. Yes. It was quite a busy policy meeting. And our last report is reports that are from the building principals, and they are provided on board docs that if anyone would like to go to the district webpage, talks about things happening in classrooms, in the buildings, PTO events, and things like that. And so it's always interesting to see what's going on inside each of the buildings and see lots of pictures and getting some other updates. So thank you to all the building administrators for getting those to the board. And we will move on to our action considerations, and the first of which is action item 7.1. Dr. Sheldon.
Thank you. It's recommended that the Board of Education approve personnel matters related to the resignations and retirements of employees as discussed earlier this evening in executive session.
Move for approval.
Second.
And questions? Please call the roll.
Della Riva,
Yes.
Fund,
Yes.
Brumback,
Yes.
Sanderson,
Yes.
Patey,
Yes.
Ahart,
Yes.
Bertles.
Yes. Approval of action item 7.2. Dr. Sheldon.
Thank you. It's recommended that the Board of Education approve personnel matters related to the appointment, employment, compensation, or transfer of employees, pending required certifications and professional educator license, completion of paperwork, and all background and fingerprint checks completed and cleared as discussed earlier.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any questions? Please call the roll.
Sanderson,
Yes.
Brumback,
Yes.
Della Riva,
Yes.
Fund,
Yes.
Patey,
Yes.
Ahart,
Yes.
Bertles.
Yes. Approval of action item 7.3. Dr. Sheldon.
Thank you. It's recommended that the Board of Education approve the asbestos abatement bid for the secured entry projects at Hamill and Nelson Elementary Schools from AC Environmental in the base bid amount of $25,917.
Move to approve.
Second.
And any questions or discussion? What was that compared to the estimate?
The estimate was well over 40, so the original estimate that we placeholder.
Okay. Please call the roll.
Fund,
Yes.
Sanderson,
Yes.
Della Riva,
Yes.
Brumback,
Yes.
Patey,
Yes.
Ahart,
Yes.
Bertles.
Yes. Approval of action item 7.4. Dr. Sheldon.
Thank you. It's recommended that the Board of Education approve an intergovernmental agreement between the Edwardsville Community Unit School District Number 7 and the Edwardsville Public Library to provide library services to any student who attend District 7 schools but live outside an area not served by another public library system.
So move.
Second.
And questions, discussion?
So I had a quick question. Can the students also use the Libby app or?
Yes, students can use Libby. The District 7 card that they get allows them to check out 5 items at a time. And then they can use all of the digital access except for Hoopla, unfortunately.
Okay.
We pay for every single checkout on Hoopla. So we ran some numbers and our expenses are going really far up. And if we had even like 10% of students start to use Hoopla on a regular basis, it would cost us like $58,000 a year. So, so yeah, we couldn't afford that. People who do live within the Edwardsville city limits, your students could also come and get just a regular library card, and that would allow them to use Hoopla. So.
Oh, okay. I love the Libby app because you can check out even picture books. I find myself doing that on my iPad and reading to my grandchildren.
Oh, yeah.
This is way off topic, but there are also other programs too.
Yeah, we have like
that
Tumble
kids
Books.
There's some really popular programs with students right now, aren't there?
Yeah, definitely. And we also do over 500 programs at the library every year. So for kids, adults, and teens, there's also a lot of that kind of thing that we can kind of hopefully introduce your students to who maybe the parents might not have thought of coming to the library to attend a program. So it's a win-win. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Brumback.
Yes.
Fund.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Sanderson.
Yes.
Beatty.
Yes.
Ahart.
Yes.
Burles.
Yes. Approval of action item 7.5, Dr. Shelton.
Thank you. It's recommended that the Board of Education approve the first reading of policy updates as presented and recommended by the Policy Committee earlier this evening.
Move for approval.
Second.
And any questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Delariva.
Yes.
Brumback.
Yes.
Fund.
Yes.
Sanderson.
Yes.
Beatty.
Yes.
Ahart.
Yes.
Burles.
Yes. Approval of action item 7.6, Dr. Shelton.
Thank you. It's recommended that the Board of Education approve board policies reviewed earlier this evening as presented by the Policy Committee.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Brumback.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Fund.
Yes.
Sanderson.
Yes.
Beatty.
Yes.
Ahart.
Yes.
Burles.
Yes. Approval of action item 7.7, Dr. Shelton.
Thank you. It's recommended that the Board of Education approve a resolution in support of Vision 2030.
Move for approval.
Second.
And questions, discussion? You want to give a brief synopsis of?
Sure.
We worked at this, or we
We did.
researched this at the work session.
We did. I mentioned the 3 tenets in my superintendent update. There's kind of 4 key priorities as it relates to Vision 2030. So student safety is the first one, enhancing high-quality educators and keeping high-quality educators in front of our students. And if you've seen some of I've seen them on Facebook, but I've also seen them on billboards. There are ads that are now recruiting teachers to come teach in Illinois because we pay 18% higher than other states and so on and so forth. Enhancing post-secondary success, which includes college career readiness and college career pathways, and then improving measurements of what's working well in schools, and that's the accountability portion. So those are the 4 main areas, and then within each of those, there are multiple action steps that those groups hope to see happen legislatively within the next, 5 years.
Okay.
And you made kind of a distinction, I think, at the work session about the Vision 2030 and then our own strategic plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we have a huge college career pathway in our strategic plans. That's just one area. The other thing I think is just important to remind people is Vision 2020 that was passed in the teens resulted in EBF funding that we have right now, and it resulted in the college career pathway endorsement that is now part of what happens in Illinois. So there were a lot of positive outcomes from 2020, and so this is just a follow-up to that.
And we have our own strategic plan that also keeps us on pace.
Through 2027.
Excellent.
Any other questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Sanderson.
Yes.
Brumback.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Fund.
Yes.
Beatty.
Yes.
Ahart.
Yes.
Burles.
Yes. Approval of action item 7.8, Dr. Shelton.
It's recommended that the Board of Education approve student trips outside the continental United States for Edwardsville High School group trips, including an exchange trip to Germany from July 2nd through July 23rd, 2025 for 15 students, grades 9 through 12, and the EHS band trip to London, England from December 27th through January 3rd, 2026 for approximately 163 students in grades 9 through 12.
Move for approval.
Second.
And any questions or discussion?
I just want to say how exciting this is.
I agree.
I agree.
Would you like to go?
Yeah. And just exciting for our band program to get over and be able to perform on a world stage is so exciting. And having benefited from a study abroad to Austria and Germany when I was in college, this will change their life. So I'm excited to be able to vote for this.
And just today or two of the international trips, we have more coming that will need board approval. So we're definitely seeing travel come back. But it is exciting to see the band, especially as a large group and an invitation only to that parade. So that's exciting.
Yeah, especially looking at where they're going to tour, Tower of London, Windsor Castle, on and on. That's, what a great experience.
And then Mr. Antrim's taking a group of students to Germany, and they're actually going to live with families there too, which is...
Yeah, so that's a reciprocal partnership that we have on an ongoing basis. We just hosted some students from that city here for, I think they were here for 10 days, 8 days, and then we go there in the summer. So that's been an ongoing relationship.
It's exciting.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Brumback.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Fund.
Yes.
Sanderson.
Yes.
Patey.
Yes.
Ahart.
Yes.
Birtles.
Yes. Approval of action item 7.9. Dr. Shelton.
Thank you. It's recommended that the Board of Education approve a multi-year contract for the high school principal, Alex Fox.
Move for approval.
Second.
And any other questions or discussion regarding this?
It's about time.
Thank you.
Welcome to the principalship.
Yeah.
Please call the roll.
Sanderson.
Yes.
Fund.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Brumback.
Yes.
Patey.
Absolutely.
Ahart.
Yes.
Birtles.
Yes. And that is the end of our action items. I find it humorous, Lynn, there are some organizations when you go and whoever wants to say that recommendation, that is, they really get on there real quick. And that's what you did. Sometimes we hesitate just because we don't, need to have our name up there, but I appreciate you doing that. So are there any board members that would like to share a brief announcement at this time? Quiet group tonight. Anything from the student group? No? Okay. And with there being no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for joining.